Throughout history, Jordan has been a land of immense archaeological and cultural significance, home to some of the world's most awe-inspiring ancient sites. And when it comes to uncovering, preserving, and understanding this rich heritage, few have contributed as extensively as our guest today. Ahmad Lash is a distinguished archaeologist, conservator, and researcher with over 2 decades of experience in the field. Having worked with the Department of Antiquities of Jordan, he has led and directed numerous excavation and restoration projects across the country, including at the legendary city of Petra and the vast landscapes of Wadi Rum. His expertise extends beyond excavation. He has played a pivotal role in cultural heritage management, training programs, and the digitization of Jordan's historical archives through the Roots project. His contributions to World Heritage Site management and preservation efforts have helped shape the study and protection of these timeless landmarks. Ahmad Lash has brought invaluable insights into the Nabateans, early Arabic sources, Islamic burial customs, and the impact of archaeology on local communities. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from a true authority on Jordan's ancient wonders. His dedication to uncovering the past not only preserves Jordan's rich history, but also helps us connect with the stories, civilizations, and legacies that shape the region. Let's dive into his knowledge and experiences as we explore the rich history of this remarkable land.
Hello and welcome to the Adam and Nart Show. On today's episode, we have a special guest with us who is an archaeological expert. His name is Ahmed. So Ahmed, what made you fall in love with archaeology?
Hi, Nart. Hi, Adam.
Hey Ahmed, how are you? Nice to
Good,
meet
how are you
you.
doing?
We're fine, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Ahmed. This is Ahmad Lash, a famous archaeologist in Jordan.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to see you. And maybe it's first time to meet and Dash.
Yeah,
You're absolutely welcome.
Circassian,
exactly.
but anyway, so thank you for this question. Actually, since the beginning, I'm excited in history. And the other thing, there's many reasons which has pushed me to study archaeology. One of them, I like to get my freedom. When you are an archaeologist, you have your freedom. There's no time for retiring. There's no need to spend the most of your life inside office work. And the other thing, if you are excited to get the fact, it's good to be archaeologist because it depends on evidence, everything. The other thing, since I'm Muslim, so it's clear in the Quran, there's a verse saying, Allah said, قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقَ. So it's order from the God asking us to search and to looking for how the beginning of creation. So those most of the reasons, which is encouraging me to study archaeology.
Beautiful. Ahmed, now I want to ask you about archaeology in terms of how it actually looks like, because you have been doing a lot of this work for the past few decades. Is archaeology much like Indiana Jones, the Hollywood movies, or is it completely different than what people think about archaeology?
Actually, it's completely different. Somehow, because in the people mind, archaeology is related to treasure and treasure hunting.
Exactly, treasure.
Yeah, and actually it's completely different because archaeology looks like a very big book telling us the fact about the human history. So when you are digging or looking for facts in the history of the earth, you are working very, very carefully. So if any layers in the ground or the section disappear, it seems like a paper from this book will disappear or destroy. So it will not come back again. So it's completely different than treasure and treasure hunting and all of these things. So it's a science.
Absolutely. Now, Ahmed, you're an expert in archaeological sites like Petra and Wadi Rum. Now, I had a look at Petra, some of the videos that talk about Petra, and I was completely fascinated by what I saw. Petra is one of the most fascinating cities in in history, actually, for the history of civilization. What can you tell us about the Rose City? Who were the Nabateans that inhabited the city? And how did they manage to build such a beautiful city where they carved into sandstone? We're going to show some videos on the screen of how Petra looks like. We're going to show some of your work and some of your sites. How did they come to build this magnificent city? And also when it comes to the conduits of the water, they engineered beautiful conduit systems for the water. And that city was like, it was hidden from the public for many years. What can you tell us about all of that? Like a brief history of Petra, and also why did Petra suddenly disappear? Can you please tell us?
Oh, it's a very big question.
Yeah.
It's a very, very important question. I don't know if I can answer it in briefly.
Yeah.
But as you said, Adam, Petra is one of the great civilization and great city. And it is strange. Nabateans built their civilization in the place where we can say very, very limited sources. So it's in the desert. And how to manage their life, it wasn't easy. So it's a great civilization, and it's not easy to speak about it. But most of the people know that it's a huge city which is carved in the sandstone in the middle of the desert, no way, there's no water sources. They manage their water by keeping each single drop of rainwater. So they keep everything, no drop falling from the sky and going and disappear. They're collecting everything, and that was the main thing they depend on their life. So their civilization is so huge, and it's not easy to say that Nabateans are Petra. Petra is just part of the Nabatean civilization, and until now, we can say that in Petra, for example, it's less than 85% of Petra not discovered yet, uncovered.
85%? Ahmed, 85%?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we can say what discovered or in Petra not more than 15%. And Nabatean is not just Petra. They had their huge kingdom or state, which is from Damascus up to down to the North Arabia, west to Nagab and Gaza. So it's very big state. And there's many things to say about Petra and Nabatean. Can say how much they were wealthy. So I don't know about the tourists when they are coming, they recognize some golden wall painting and some monuments in Petra. The other things, people thought that Petra is just in the Nabatean period. So no, we have a Byzantine Christian Nabatean civilization. We have Islamic Petra. So it's continuing. So I don't know if I give a brief answer for you, but there's a lot to say about.
We're going to be showing, Ahmed, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we're going to be showing all the beautiful videos and the footage of Petra, of course, on the screen. Nart has a question for you.
So yeah, Ahmed, you've worked on restoring castles, mosques, and ancient sites. What is the hardest project you've ever worked on? Was there like a project you were like thinking, okay, this is impossible to do? Can you tell us, please?
Yeah, so if we are speaking about restoration,
Yes.
there's a risk. So you try to be in the limited risk during your works, because you want to protect the authenticity of the site, and at the same time you want to protect yourself and the team who's working with you. So, for example, I can say Azraq Qastal restoration was hard and wasn't easy, but I think the most difficult part in one of my projects while I was doing a restoration for Al-Qastal mosque. It's one of the early Islamic sites in Jordan, and there's in Al-Qastal there's the oldest Islamic minaret still standing on the wall.
Wow.
So I was working there in restoration project, and in restoration, as I said, you have to keep the authenticity of the site. So, and we have to replace one of the lintels, and that was more than half ton weight. So that took from us the whole day just to replace that lintel, and it was scary. I remember I asked one of my friends who was good in religion and asked him to pray for me just to protect me and the site in that day. It was terrible. But anyway, in archaeological works, you will keep in your mind that there's a risk always, even if you are working in the desert or survey or anywhere, not just restoration. In the desert, you have on while you are camping there. So for sure, you have to take care that there's a risk.
What are some of the biggest lies or exaggerations about archaeology that you've come across?
There's a lot of lies.
Oh,
That's a good question.
wow. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, actually, there's two levels of lie. The first one, which is local in each community.
Okay.
People or local people always try to create stories and narratives about the site, mostly about treasure and about ghosts and about those ghosts who protect the treasure. The other level is officially, sometimes which came from academic institutes
Right.
or from political side. So there's a lot of lies about that. So, but in scientific way, you can define where's the fact and which is lie.
Can you give us an example, Ahmed, of such a lie that people might think is actually true or a myth?
Yeah, there's a lot of lies about pyramids, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some we can say it's considered as a lie or theory, but it's mostly lie. About Petra, for example, and linked the treasury to Pharaoh, that is built by Pharaoh. There's some sensitive points for lie, which is political. So when at the beginning of the archaeological history, which is archaeology is not very old science like philosophy, for example, or architects or other things. It started just 200 years ago. We can say about it.
Okay, so Ahmed, let's get into one of the greatest mysteries, which is Petra. Can you tell us something that people don't know about Petra? Something that is hidden as secret?
Yeah. About Petra, as I said, 15% of Petra, which is just discovered. To see everything on Petra, you need minimum 3 days.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay,
huge. Yeah, I heard that it's huge.
Yeah, it's very huge.
Yeah.
And Petra, for example, they were one of the most important discoveries when they, I don't know, some people know about it or not, Petra papyrus.
So, if I'm hearing right, only 15% of Petra is discovered now?
Yeah.
So 85% is still not discovered.
Yeah, 15%.
Wow.
And by the way, Ahmed, I saw a video and they're saying now they're finally starting to understand more about Petra by using more advanced technologies like laser and GIS and satellite imagery, and they're trying to connect the dots now because there's so many mysteries they want to unfold. This is one of the oldest civilizations in the world, and there's so many mysteries behind it. What do you have to say about that? What do you think we will discover in the future about Petra and Wadi Rum?
Yeah, by using technology, yeah, everything's changed. Yeah, for satellite images, for example, for geophysics survey, there's a lot which we need to understand about Petra. So, and Petra, the main monument, if you came from, you are crossing the sea, your first treasury, then the theater, then the fort, the great temple, temple of the winged lion, Qastal bend up right there. All of these are temples or church or burial. So, but what about the houses where Nabateans were lived, for example? Now, yeah, we can speak about Aslantur villa, which is okay, reserved. But where Nabateans were lived exactly?
Yeah.
So we are speaking about the downtown, what we are seeing now. But the people, the citizens, where they were living, not covered there. It's unearthed. So this is one of the things which technology can help us by satellite imagery, for example, or geophysics survey. You can get some more information.
By the way, why did the Nabateans and the civilization itself, Petra, what happened? Why did it collapse? Some people are saying, when I read about it, they're talking about it became irrelevant commercially. The commercial route became irrelevant for Petra. Some other people are saying, no, new research says that floods caused a huge problem when they tried to rebuild it, then they abandoned it. What's going on? I think you are the most capable person to answer this question. How did they collapse? Why did they disappear? How can one of the most interesting civilizations in the world suddenly collapse and disappear just like that?
Yeah, actually, yeah, this is a very good question. But we have to take in mind that the civilization is not collapsed by day and night.
Yeah.
So there's many reasons why the Petra or Nabatean civilization is going down. The first reason, when we can say it's in 106 AD, when Petra lost, or Nabateans lost their freedom and became part of Roman Empire.
Yeah.
The other thing is economical reason. By rising of Palmyra, the trade road shifting, so it's become.
So it's part of that. That's part of the reason. Commercially irrelevant. Yeah.
That's another reason. But the other huge reason was the earthquake, which is attacked Petra in 363 AD. So the problem with that earthquake is not just destroyed the buildings, for example, or monuments. It destroyed the main source, which is Nabateans depend on. It's the water system,
Right.
the water channel. So that was the very, very huge reason for to let their civilizations going down. But again, it didn't disappear directly.
It was a gradual process. Yeah.
And there were another earthquake in 551 AD. So the other thing, Nabatean by time, they expanded their area. So they shift from traders to pastors, or part of them.
Yeah.
So by that time, we can say they melt.
Okay. All right.
They didn't disappear.
Right.
So until now, their civilization is still available.
They assimilated, right?
The alphabet we are writing in Nabatean, or what when we are using Arabic.
Yeah.
It's Nabatean letter. It's developed from the Nabatean letter.
Yeah.
So we cannot say this.
It was a gradual process. Yeah. Ahmed, one final question I want to ask you, because we are running out of time, unfortunately. Remember, Ahmed, when we talked about one thing that no one can dispute, which is the goddesses that they found in Petra, Lat, Uzza, and Manat. They found archaeological evidence, and they know that the Nabateans were worshipping these goddesses. And in the Quran, the Quranic narrative mentions these three goddesses, right?
Yep, yeah, it was well known. And the idea we discovered inscriptions.
Subhanallah.
And in Wadi Rum. Those goddesses were well known for Nabatean, for example.
Yeah.
And even, for example, Raqmu or Al-Raqim, which is mentioned in the Quran and Surah Al-Kahf. Many scholars interpret the name of Al-Raqim as the place where the seven sleepers miracles happened.
Right.
Yep. And in 1962, we discovered inscriptions in Petra, mentioned the name of Petra by Nabatean. It was Raqmu. So, yeah, for example, Petra is not an Arabic name, and it's not
Wow.
Greek. Okay,
it's
okay.
a Greek name. Yep, so it's not Arabic name. So the Greek called Petra because it's color. But Nabatean, they never use Petra to describe their city.
I see.
Or to name their city. And Arabs never use Petra. They use Raqmu.
So that was the name of the city, not Petra. It was called Raqim by the Arabs? Interesting.
Yep, Raqmu is the Arabic name.
I see.
But again, when you are working on the field, when you excavate, so you will keep just looking for. Let the site speak about.
Ahmed, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but we just ran out of time. قد فرغ سقوش. Ahmed, final thoughts on archaeology. What are we expecting, Ahmed? Just a quick, brief answer. What are we expecting from the field of archaeology in the next, let's say, 50 years? Do you think we are about to discover insane things? Is it just the start?
Expected. Yeah, but for sure, why not?
Awesome.
As I said, archaeology started just 200 years ago, and we are investigating on the history of the human beings, which started at least, if we are speaking about Homo erectus, we are speaking about 1.5 million years. So with new technology and with
scanning technologies, right?
Yep, exactly. We expect that we will get more
Beautiful.
understanding and we will have.
So if you had Ahmed unlimited resources and you want to explore something or something furthermore,
Yeah, good question.
what is a certain site that is dear to you and you want to explore it?
Yeah. The most interesting site for you, Ahmed, that you personally want.
I have to dream, I have to imagine now. But for me, if I have a chance, for example, with unlimited source, so I wish to continue my survey through Wadi Sarhan from Jordan side to
Wow. Okay.
Saudi Arabia side. The survey of Esma from Wadi Rum up to the North Arabia, just to understand how the situation were in pre-Islamic period.
Thank you so much, Ahmed, for your time. It was amazing to talk to you about archaeology, and we wish you all the best, inshallah. And I hope you guys find many more interesting things about archaeology in the near future, inshallah.
Thank you for being on the show with us, Ahmed, and we will see you next time, hopefully, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much.
Hopefully to see you soon.
Absolutely,
inshallah. And
definitely.
thank you
Thank
for having
you, man.
me.
Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Take care.